Hi, guys, and good afternoon, creeps. Hi, guys and creeps. Okay, so guys and creeps, I just ate my lunch, and I'm back on here. Um, I wanted to make a message to Nina Unrated. If you know Nina Unrated, please go to her and tell her that I made a video to her, and get in touch with her for me if you know her, and tell her that it is an important message from Florida Pie '08. I do have a message for her, and I need to talk to her on this chat. Okay, I don't know her. I've never met her before in life. I probably will never meet her before in life. She's not my friend. She's just somebody that I've been watching for years on the YouTube. She's a Puerto Rican lady. She used to live in Miami. She's a beautiful lady with interesting videos. I don't like her Nina Unrated Eats, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, okay, if you don't know me, my name is Florida Pie 08, and just to give you a little bit of history, um, I recently have been going through some domestic violence issues. And what happened was I was living at a trailer park for almost half a decade. So everybody that knows me from this channel, I do have a small channel that has been around since 2008. And by me having a small channel, the people that are subscribed to me are subscribed to me for a long time. Subscribers, I have 15,500 subscribers. I've been on YouTube for like I said, since 2008. And usually the people rocking with me, they've been rocking with me for years and years and years, and they know me. By me having a small channel, I don't really get newcomers coming around. But when I do get newcomers coming around, they be asking questions because they don't know me. And it's kind of difficult, when I just assume that everybody knows me, because most of my channel, when you have a small channel, everybody knows you and they know your past, and they know what's going on. But if a newcomer comes across me and they don't know me from nothing, then it's more difficult. And I hate having to explain myself over and over again. But sometimes people just don't know what the fuck the video is about. And honestly, if I came across somebody that I didn't know, and then they talking some controversial content, and the content is interesting, but I don't know what the fuck going on, then obviously you're gonna have so many questions. And if somebody in the comment section is there, they're gonna be asking questions and shit like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you got strangers that's gonna try to answer for you, and then they got the information fucked up, or they gonna go to a message board and they gonna say this girl that I saw on Florida Pie '08, and then strangers gonna fuck the information up. So anyway, just to say that, I said all that to say this. Okay, for the people that don't know me, let me just make it quick. Okay, I recently lived in a trailer home park for half a decade. In the course of that half a decade, I was going through domestic violence issues, and I was constantly complaining about being locked up because the person was doing a 9/11 on me and getting me locked up for petty little squabbling type domestic violence shit. Okay. So I was in and out of lockup, and I was constantly pleading with this person, when we get into an argument or a petty little squabble, don't call the police on me and have me locked up, because, you keep having me locked up. And see, the thing is, I wasn't calling on her to have her locked up. She would call on me to have me locked up. Okay, so I don't like the police. I hate the police. I hate doctors. So I don't have no good relationship with no motherfucking police. So sometimes when the police would question me out of my hatred for them, they could see that I hated them, and then they would start hating on me. Because honestly, sometimes I would, be so mad that by me being a human being and my emotions are not, in a good place, I would snap off on them just because I didn't want to deal with their ass. That's the wrong thing to do. And honestly, you can't, because the correct procedure is this. If you get questioned by the police, always hold your hands in front of you. Always make sure they can see your hands, because they can make sure that you ain't got no weapon. Okay, so always remember that. Keep your hands in front of you like this so they can see them, so they can make sure that you ain't got no gun. And because if they know that you hate their ass, then they're going to be making sure you ain't got no weapon to blow their brains out. Okay, so you want to make sure that they see your hands, stand, stand straight and stand like that. Remain calm, and when they question you about the situation, lower your voice, lower your voice, and respond with yes, sir, no, sir. Okay. If you out of control and your composure is not in the correct composure, then your motherfucking ass getting locked up. Okay. I'm a guarantee you. If your composure is like that, you gonna be all right when the 911 get called on you. But if your composure where you just running down the street screaming and cussing and crying, and then when they approach you, you still screaming, cussing, and crying because the motherfucker behind you or in front of you screaming, cussing, and fucking you up and trying to beat you up, and then they see it's a grandma, elderly looking old bitch, and they just assume that you the young motherfucker and you're the young motherfucker gonna fuck the old bitch up. They just assume things, but the old bitch is the one fucking me up. But then they think that I'm the young bitch fucking the old bitch up. But it ain't like that. The bitch pushing 80, but the motherfucker is just a young looking old bitch that's fucking, fucking around. Okay. But they ain't gonna see it like that. They just think that a young person, is the one that's fucking the old person up. Okay. So they just assume the worst about you by you being young. Okay. And if you a man and it's a woman, because I done seen this from time to time, the man is always the one that's gonna fuck the woman up. So if it's a man and woman squabble, the man is gonna get locked up. If it's an old bitch and a young motherfucker, the young motherfucker gonna get locked up. Okay, so it's just the way life looks to a stranger. Okay. So what happened was I was getting in and out of lockups because of domestic violence. It got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. And I just walked away from the house literally and just said, you know what? I don't want to be around that old bitch no more. And I became homeless instantly. I had a house, but what happened was I walked away from the house because I didn't want to live there anymore. I no longer wanted to live at the house, and I had to walk away from the house and go somewhere else to avoid contact with the old bitch that kept on doing the 9/11 moves on me. And if you don't know what a 9/11 mover is, that's the motherfucker that's always calling the cops on you any time you get into an argument. Those are people like that where it's, you always got that house. You always got the house. If you live in a low income neighborhood, you will notice that it's always a certain type of house on the block that got the 911 caller bitch that's in the house. And every time you look out the window, it's always a police car or 4 police cars outside the house. And it's always that motherfucker that's going to be a 911 caller hitter. Okay. You got some individual houses that, every time there's a petty little squabble, it's going to be a domestic violence house. Because when it's a domestic violence house, it's always that motherfucker that's going to call the cops. And why does the motherfucker do that? It's because they mad and they want the police to punish you. What happens to the motherfucker that get locked up? They got, they're going to be in a cold room. They're going to be fucked up with finances because now they got to pay for court costs and lawyers. And it's to fuck their money up and fuck their time up, fuck their appearance up, fuck them up. Just fuck them up. Because so if they can't fuck you up and beat you up, then they're going to call the police to fuck you up and beat you up. And then they're going to know that the doctor's going to fuck you up and beat you up. And how does that happen? Oh, I thought they give you some help. Ain't no motherfucking body helping you when you get a 911 caller. They know what goes on. But they going to say, I'm going to get you some help. But they know that when they call that 911, the police going to fuck you. The police going to fuck you up because sometimes they get mad and they just bust your ass to the ground. Sometimes they just get mad and fuck you up and throw you into the police car. Then you bust your head. Sometimes they grab you and they fuck you up and they push you and they knock you to the ground to calm your ass down. So somebody is going to be a cop that take you, grab your arm, push you down, grab you. Have you ever been into a police car? I done been in a motherfucking back of the police car many times. What's the first thing they do? Grab your head, grab your arm, grab your other arm. You be struggling to make them loosen up. Then they grab your head, then they push you down, then they push you into the back of the police car and they slam the door. That's the first fuck up. So you just got your ass kicked by the police. Now the motherfucker that called the police on you, they looking and kikiing and smiling because they see you getting your ass kicked by the police now. Now, when you get in the lockup, they know that the doctor's gonna come in there and jab you with injectables that's gonna blow your body up, swell your body up, bust your face, and then they gonna know if you refuse the medication, security gonna fuck you up. You gonna get in a fight with security. Now you gonna fight again. Now they gonna beat your ass at the facility. Now you got your ass kicked twice because the 911 caller done fucks you up. That's the process, and they know the process. So when you 911 calling bitch that knows that, oh, I'm about to call the police, and then they get on that phone and they do the 911. Whoosh! Whoa! When you see the bitch pull the phone out, when you see that bitch get on that phone and you see those fingers tap and you start pleading, nah, motherfucker, don't call. When you see the phone up, that's when I go, wow, motherfucker, get that phone. Motherfucker, give me that phone. Motherfucker, give me that phone. Give me the phone, motherfucker. Give me the phone, motherfucker. Then they hear arguing in the background, cussing and screaming in the background. Bitch, I told you stop calling police on me. Bitch, I told you stop calling police on me. Bitch, I told you stop fucking with me with those cops. I told you don't stop getting me on the lockup, bitch. You gonna get me locked up, bitch. You fucking with me. Stop, bitch. Stop. And then my daughter is a paranoid schizophrenic, and my daughter is trying to get violent with me. And I need you to come lock her up on a 5150 psychiatric hold. She's screaming at me in the background. Can't you hear that? Can't you hear that? My daughter is a paranoid schizophrenic, and she been locked up before. She got a record, and you gonna get her right. You gonna lock her up? Please lock her up. She needs psychiatric help, and I need you to be I need you to be at 1215 Plant Avenue. I need you to be but yeah. She wearing a white wig. They think she white, but she black. When you spot her, she gonna be watching down Crutchfield. She gonna be on Crutchfield walking towards the Chevron and the Circle K. Go get her. Go get her. Lock her up. She needs to be locked up. Lock her up and lock her up for as long as possible. Lock up. Can y'all go get her? There she is. There she. I'm about to run behind her. I'm gonna follow her and see where she's going. She heading towards Wabash now. She heading toward Wabash now. Yeah, she wearing all black. She got on the some tights. Spot her out on the Wabash and the she walking down Chestnut now. Oh, she walking down Chestnut. Oh, yeah, lock her up. Lock her up. Okay, they say, stay on the phone, ma'am. We got the car. And then they say, and how do I know what she's saying? How do I know what she's saying? I get the police report and I listen. And then I get the audio. And then I get the whole 911 call. After I get out, I always like to listen to what the motherfucker said. Okay, so the motherfucker said this, and it's always the same shit all the time. She knows that when you say somebody is a paranoid schizophrenic, then that means that motherfucker is dangerous to whoever the fuck is listening. It ain't no real thing. That shit don't even exist. The government made that shit up, but to them, they know it ain't real. They know it's just a motherfucker fucking around. So, they just know it's all in cracking. Some domestic violence type wilding out shit is happening on Crutchfield. So, it depends on the situation or the circumstance of when they catch the action or when the motherfucking police gonna beat you up. Okay. So anyway, when somebody trying to do a 911 on you and when they do it too frequently, if I learned in my life, if anybody ever called the police on me at even one time, I will never have nothing to do with you ever again in life. Because you going to be that 911 hitter, and I ain't fucking with no more 911 hitter bitches. If you ever call the police on me, ever, if you ever fuck with me with a 911, I will never be your friend. I will never be your acquaintance. I will never talk to you no more. I will never, if I get into a petty little squabble, that's between me and you. But if you about to do a 911 so you can watch me get beat up by the police, and so that you can know that somebody gonna kill me at the lockup, then that means that you trying to kill me, and I'm through with you immediately. I tell Ash that all the time at 4 years old. Ash, don't ever call the police on mommy. If mommy get into and you get into an argument, don't ever call the police on mommy, because the police don't care about me or you. And honestly, Ash, if you ever do that, you will never be around me. You will never be, you will not be my child no more. I will disown you. Don't you ever do what B was doing to me, ever, ever, ever. Because the minute you call 911 on me, we are no longer mother and daughter. And I mean that. Okay, that is serious shit. When somebody doing a 911, that means that they want you fucked the fuck up. They want you beat the fuck down, and they want you fucked up. Okay, so let me tell you something. Okay, so what happened was, okay, so anyway, it had got to the point where I couldn't take the shit no more, and I walked away from the house and became homeless. One day I'll tell you the story of how the CPS got involved, but regardless, the CPS got involved because I was a homeless woman on the streets for one night, homeless, but that wasn't the reason. But we ended up in a homeless hotel with crackheads and drug addicts. Eventually, something happened, and Ash got taken from me from the hotel and placed with the raggedy old bitch anyway, because the raggedy old bitch had a stable home with a bed and everything. So once the CPS got involved, they took my child and put her with a relative. Ashlyn Katie Ray is officially living with her grandmother by legal systems of the Florida state, Polk County Sheriff's Office, Polk County Courthouse, whatever, CPS, whatever you want to call it. Okay, is she okay? Yes, she was legally taken from me and placed into the care of her grandmother. Okay, now, okay, why I made this for Nina Unrated is because life is simple. The shit that Nina Unrated has talked about with her son being dead, the first son being dead, and then the second son being taken by the courts and placed with somebody in Las Vegas, I've always had a sneaky suspicion that Nina Unrated is a liar. I feel like Nina Unrated is a big liar, and always her story of this son being taken from her and placed with somebody in Las Vegas has always rubbed me the wrong way of things not adding up in reality. It always seems suspicious and sneaky and strange to me that her first son died and then her second son was taken from her. It seemed like what to me Nina Unrated had done is that she was getting pregnant so she could collect child support from men. Okay, when that didn't work out, it seemed like she just didn't give a fuck about the children. Honestly, that's how I feel, because I don't know her and I don't know her life story. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I don't know her personally. I'm just telling you from one person looking in at a stranger's life. It just didn't seem like her story was a true story. It seemed like she was a liar. Now, why? Okay, what happened to me is that I learned about the CPS. Okay, and so, sometimes people, when they look at somebody else's life and they don't know their story, but I do know that her son was taken by the same organization that took my daughter. So now I got knowledge of the whole court process. I got knowledge of what happens when your child is taken from your custody. So now I know for a fact that Nina Unrated's story is a lie. Okay, how do I know? Because I know the process. Okay, let me explain something about life with the CPS. Okay, when I was in lockup, okay, the CPS worker came to me with a case plan to work out the fact that my daughter will one day be able to live with me again. And she came and she explained the process of the investigation that would go on in order for my child to stay with me. And one of the main requirements is that I needed to have a stable home, and they needed to be able to have access to the home to be able to investigate, to make sure that my daughter was in a safe, clean home. That was the only requirement that they had. One of the other requirements is that I needed to go through a mandatory counseling. I said that I would do outpatient counseling. And then they had a requirement. Those were the main two requirements. And then it was just going to be that simple for me to get custody of my daughter. Simple. That's all it was. Okay, so what happened was I have a court date May 11th. And I actually dropped the case because they were going to put a case plan together of the requirements of what was necessary for Ashlyn Katie Ray to come and live with me instead of her grandmother. I decided after much thought that I could not endure a 6-month investigation of them coming in and out of my home for 6 months to see if I qualified to have a safe and comfortable home for my child. So I myself turned down custody of my daughter. I did that. They wanted me to get Ashlyn Katie Ray back, but I couldn't. I had to be honest with myself that I was not emotionally comfortable with enduring a 6 months long investigation of a caseworker coming into my home to investigate me every week. I really needed a break from all the sheriff's office and counseling and unnecessary hospital treatments. I realized I did not have the strength or the emotional ability to fight for my child. So I had to let my child just be where she is with this dumbass grandmother for a year. Okay. So I decided that I didn't want to fight the fight of this bullshit. I needed a break. I needed a break from the Ashlyn Katie Ray custody battle. I turned down custody of my own child. They asked me, was I sure? I said yes, because I don't want to go through a 6 months long investigation. I got to be honest with myself. I don't have the strength to do it. Now, they wanted me to have Ashlyn Katie Ray. This is how I know Nina Unrated is a liar. What they told me when I'm ready and I'm prepared to reopen the case, what I needed to do was to call my lawyer, tell her that I needed to reopen the custody case, and they would call it a case of dependency. And then they would go ahead and write up a case plan, offer, and she would write the case plan up. She would type the case plan up, and it would be an offer of what I would need to have in my home, or what I would need to do in order to get custody of my own child. And it was simple. The phone call took an hour. I got an email and they told me to sign off on the offer to the CPS to hold off until I was ready for the investigation, that I was going to reopen the case in the future. And that was all it was. That was all it was. So I know the process of getting my child back. I know how to reopen a case. I know the name of the case style. And it's going to be a very simple, easy process. I know who the case manager is. I know all of that. So when Nina Unrated is saying it's impossible to get her son back, she don't know where her son is at. They won't answer the phone. They won't do this and that. That is a liar. Because let me tell you something. By the state of Florida, you do have rights. As the biological mother, you will always be the main person in that child's life. What can you require from the state? Visitation rights. You can have a lawyer. At the time that her child was taken from her, they asked you, do you want visitation rights? You say yes. And they set up a visitation schedule. And then the child has to be brought to you for at least an hour a week of visitation. I got visitation rights. I have rights to my child. By law, I have rights. Nina Unrated is a liar, saying that somebody took her child out of the state of Florida to Nevada, and now she don't know where he's at, and she can't call him, and nobody's answering the phone. Girl, that is impossible. That is a goddamn lie. That is a goddamn lie. I know, because the CPS is the same in Polk County as where my case was. You were in Broward County. I lived in Broward County, and it's the same organization in every county. They service all counties in the state of Florida. They are the same organization that took your son allegedly. Okay. The organization is called Child Protective Services. Some states call it DCF, whatever the fuck that means. But in Florida, it's the CPS, and it's the same for every fucking county in the whole state of Florida. I was in Polk County. She was in Broward County, Florida. And I know, baby girl, that you are a liar, because ain't nobody going to take nobody's son across state lines without the CPS hunting them down and knowing. Because guess what? The grandmother of my child, she is investigated to the max. They come to her house. They examine Ashlyn Katie Ray from head to toe. I required that. I told them, when you go to see my child for your investigation, look at her from head to toe. I required a picture to make sure that that child is not abused or maimed or harmed. They come in and take a mandatory picture of the child on a weekly basis. Ashlyn Katie Way is protected that way. When they say Child Protective Services, yes, I feel protected by the CPS for doing that for me, because I requested that from the courts, that they do that to that dumb bitch. If she wanted to deal with the investigation, then bitch, hell yeah, I'll have them investigate you. And what did I do? If she wants to deal with, if she wants people coming in and out of her house and being investigated, then hell yeah, you be investigated, because that's what happened. And now she's on the end of the investigation. So who is sitting comfortably without the bullshit? Me. Who's being investigated? Her. Okay. If you want to call cops all the time, well, now you get investigated. How does that feel? I guess she likes it. I don't give a fuck. I don't like being investigated by strangers. Fuck you. I don't need the CPS in my life right now. I like being a private individual. I don't need the shit. Okay, so Nina Unrated is a goddamn lie. When she's sitting there crying, talking about she don't know where her son is at, how the fuck you don't know where your son is at when the same organization, and I know how that organization works. That organization is very strict, and that organization keeps track of your children. And if ain't nobody just gonna say from the CPS, when they take her child, don't answer the phone, don't contact her, just take the child to another state and leave and never talk to her again. Nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Nobody would allow that. No government would allow that shit. They got things to do. Who is that? I got FBI child tracker on here. What is this? What does it say? FBI on it, right? Who's registered with the FBI? Okay. What does that say? Let me put it back. FBI, right? Okay. Who's listed with the FBI? Who's registered with the FBI? Ashlyn Katie Ray. Who is on the FBI child tracker? It says FBI, right? Who's that picture? Ashlyn Katie Ray. Who's registered with the FBI though? Who's registered with the FBI? Who put Ashlyn Katie Ray registered as an attempted child abducting? That Ashlyn Katie Ray is potentially on the child abduction list. Amber Alert fucking on the child tracker for the FBI, fingerprinted by the FBI. Who in the fuck put Ashlyn Katie Ray on the FBI child tracker list? Okay, so what is this again? Let me show you something. Okay. It says FBI on it. So if my child is registered as a potential child that is in a high risk situation of potential kidnapping across state lines type shit, who in the fuck got fingerprinted? Ashlyn Katie Ray. Why? Because somebody is always trying to call the CPS. So what happened? Ashlyn Katie Ray got registered with the FBI, fingerprinted and everything else as a potential child that could be kidnapped across state lines. How did that happen? If that motherfucker takes my child across state lines without telling the CPS where she's at, they gonna bust her motherfucking door in, because the child is registered with the FBI as a child that is under questionable circumstances. So can't nobody take nobody's child from the state of Florida to no motherfucking Nevada. That is not gonna happen, because guess what? The FBI gonna get involved. The CPS gonna get involved. Everybody, and guess what? If they, wherever that child is at in Nevada, they gonna bust that motherfucking person's door in. They gonna snatch that child up and send that child back to Florida. Ain't nobody gonna take my child, because guess what? Let me tell you something. The FBI is real. Who is that on that motherfucking FBI child tracker? What does it say? FBI ID. That means her identification, her fingerprints registered with the FBI. How is that possible? So Nina Unrated, tell me how in the fuck somebody where okay, so when you went to court, you said that you couldn't afford a lawyer. When I went to court, they asked me, did I need a court appointed lawyer? I said, yes, I need a court appointed lawyer. The state of Florida pays for Miss G. My lawyer is state appointed, paid for in full. I don't owe her anything. She works for me, paid for by the state of Florida. Okay, so you say, oh, I don't have money to pay for a lawyer. But how come Polk County gave me a lawyer and you say you don't have money? You don't need money for a lawyer. The state appoints one to you. So why are you lying so much about this child? Then why are you saying that this child was taken from you and taken from Nevada taken from Florida to Nevada? Girl, first of all, when you go to court, it's called a child dependency case. The courts ask you about visitation, and they ask you about who you're comfortable with the child living with. You as the mother get to designate who the person eventually is that is the designatee on the fucking child dependency case. They ask you, they ask, and because my mother is the child's grandmother. They mark the, are you comfortable with the maternal grandmother? And then who is the backup? As JC, which is my brother. He is also listed as a custodial guardianship of, if the grandmother can't take care of Ashlyn Katie Ray, who can take care of her? The custodian, the maternal uncle, JC, is the one that is the step up. Okay, he is actually legally a custodian guardianship of my child. So where is your paperwork? Who is the custodian guardianship? Who is the maternal person that is the person that your child, who took custody of your child? You can't just say nobody is answering the phone. Nobody would do that to you. That's impossible. That's impossible. Nobody could do that to you. You would have had to go to court, baby girl. I know what happened at the courthouse. I was on the Zoom when I went to court originally. They asked me several questions about my comfortability of where my child would be placed. I said that I was comfortable with this maternal grandmother because to a certain level of degree I am, instead of her going to a foster home of strangers that I don't know. That was the second option. I said, they asked me, did she need to go to a children's home? I said, no, I would prefer her with the maternal grandmother. I don't have a good relationship, honestly, with the maternal grandmother. They know that, and I know that. And they said, well, we have to have supervised visitation there because, if you're not able in a good relationship with her maternal grandmother, then we will have supervised visitation, and you do have visitation rights. Your rights in the state of Florida, and they read you your rights. Okay, and they tell you what you can or can't do, and then you get legal. You sign off on it that you have visitation rights, and no, your child can't be taken across state lines. I told them specifically, my child is not allowed to leave the state of Florida under no motherfucking circumstances. She is never allowed to leave with that maternal grandmother or even her uncle. Nobody is going to take my child from the state. Period. And nobody can take your child from Florida to Nevada, baby girl. Nobody can do that. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose of these massive lies? What is the purpose of these crocodile tears? Why are you lying to people about the process of the DCS, CPS? What is the point of telling horrible lies and telling people this dramatic story that you are making up and telling lies? Any woman that's ever dealt with the CPS will know that you're lying. Anybody that got good common sense of stories that sound strange, nobody with intelligence would think that you are telling the goddamn truth. Your story is very strange. I hear your stories of this drama with your son, and then you crying, talking about, here I write in this book how much I love you. Here I look at all the text message I sent. Nobody's responding. Why would they do that to you? Nobody would do that to you. Nobody would have the legal rights to do that to you. That story that you're telling about your son, girl, just stop talking about this invisible son that you got. Then you got these little pictures of you and your son. You just don't want your son, so stop dragging him around with these stupid ass stories. He knows that you're lying. We know that you're lying. So, these stories are disturbing and strange. To a woman that's really going through some CPS shit, you're telling strange stories that don't make no motherfucking sense. And honestly, I as a content creator, I look at you because you make interesting content. But if your content is based on strange lies involving family squabbles that don't exist and is disturbing, and you crying for no fucking reason, and you're actually getting people to get emotionally drawn into a fake story about a child that you do not love and you do not give a fuck about. It's real. It's reality. The reality is that you don't give a fuck about that child, because if you did, you would have custody of him. How come you haven't started the child to spend? Oh, because I don't have money to go. And then she starts crying. I don't have money for a lawyer. Okay, but her nails are done. Okay, I don't have money for a lawyer, but she got new makeup on. I don't have money for a lawyer, but she got a Nina Unrated t-shirt on. Oh, I don't have money for a lawyer, but she got expensive food, shrimp and lobster everywhere. Oh, I don't have money for a lawyer, but she flying to California. I don't have to be with Funky and Not Chunky, and to be with motherfucking Chrissy. Oh, I don't have money for a lawyer, but you're flying on Delta Airlines, the most expensive airlines. Okay, yeah, thank you, Anya. Why? Okay, but Delta Airlines plane ticket, that's $600 going to California. A lawyer is only about $200 an hour. It only takes an hour to write up a child dependency offer. It only takes your lawyer to write a child dependency offer to reopen the case. You'll get that email in an hour for $200. But why don't you just talk to the state and get Delta is expensive. Why aren't you flying Spirit Airlines? Somebody's asking about Delta Airlines. Let me tell you something. It only takes you an hour. So if you got all this money for all this other stuff, then you living in a beautiful house. How come you don't get a less expensive house so you have money where's your child's bedroom? Where's his future room at? Where's his clothes? And you ain't doing shit but telling lies. Nina Unrated, stop. Stop, girl. Stop. Just stick to stripping and selling pussy and doing dumb shit with shrimp and lobster all day. You ain't doing a motherfucking thing but disturbing the peace. You disturbing normal people that's looking for quality content. Okay? Why do you bother with this fucking story? You know you don't want that boy's ass, so stop bringing his ass up. And he probably wished that you would stop dragging his ass through the mud. He's old enough to get on the motherfucking YouTube. What does Ashton Katie Ray know how to do? She knows how to go to her own Ashton Katie Ray channel and look up her own videos. So Ashton Katie Ray is what? 4 going on 5. So what does she do? She got her exactly, Anya. So what is Ashton Katie Ray? Ashton Katie Ray knows how to find me on the motherfucking YouTube. Your son looks like he's 10 or 11. And even my daughter, Meg, what does she do? She watches me on my channel. She doesn't like that I cuss too much, and she complains about that, and that's fine, but she got to respect mommy. Mommy is the mom. I'm the mom. She has to respect mommy. And I'm sorry, Megs, but this is just a real raw. When I cuss, it's like I can feel the relief of saying some angry words. So I got to be able to cuss, baby Megs. Okay, so I know she don't like to see mommy like this, but it's just how mommy is. Please understand that, Megs. And Ash, she loves the cussing. So Megs and Ash are different. But what happened was and don't be on here talking about, well, Megs is with her father, Megs is with her dad, and that's fine. Okay, so don't bring Megs into it. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that Nina Unrated, why the fuck are you lying, girl? Okay, let me get into more details of how I know she lying. Okay, if you wanted your child back, all you do is call your lawyer, call CPS and say, I want a state appointed lawyer. They got to give it to you. Okay, once you get your lawyer, you get on the phone and say, I need you to reopen my case. A child dependency case needs to come up. I need you to make out a case plan of what I need to do, what is required for me to get my son back. And also, I need to have a hearing with the judge to reopen my case. Boom, the phone is gone. Check your email in an hour. Boom, you got your hearing. You got your court date. Where's the son at? He ain't in no motherfucking Nevada legally. So somebody got to bring my son to the court hearing. Okay, well, where's the son at? Where's the investigators at? Who is investigating where the child is at? If you saying that he just bounced and he went to Nevada, well, that's a motherfucking lie, because the CPS would find out exactly who has the child. Who has the child? Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, exactly, Anya. Exactly, Anya. You speaking real talk right there. You speaking real talk, Anya. She talking, there's this girl named Anya, and she's, I'm not gonna tell you all the stuff she's saying, but she's speaking real talk right now. She keeping it real because she see right through the Nina Unrated lies. I don't even understand why she does it. Because honestly, for years, she done rubbed me the wrong way. Honestly, what I feel like happened, I feel like she had a baby just to be the type of bitch that'll hit a man up for child support. She was probably trying to live off of some man that she thought would finance her life forever. But dumbass, even if you did that, you got 18 years to live off that man. But if he's just a sports star and he gets, a sports star is not a long-term career. Once his sports star status is gone, the money gone, bitch. What makes you think he got money power? He ain't got no real commodity. That means he ain't got shit to sell, and he ain't got no business, and he ain't got no motherfucking money. So you gotta stop chasing sports stars. Okay. And then once she found out, exactly, Anya, once she found out she couldn't get money for the baby, she probably, I'm not gonna put her on no murder list, but it rubbed me the wrong way that the first baby gone, the second baby gone, then she claiming that the first baby dead, then she claiming that the second baby in Nevada. What the fuck, girl? And then it's just like that unscrupulous thought of what did she do to the first baby? That shit is really troubling to me. And I hate to put it, but it seems like maybe she possibly murdered the baby. I'm gonna keep it real, because honestly, that just seems strange. The first baby just died in his sleep. What the fuck? Then the second baby, oh, he's in Nevada. He's in Nevada. He's in Nevada. They won't answer the phone. I write about how much I love him. Oh, and I put him on the Instagram. And on the Instagram, look how, and I send him a message, but they don't answer. All that shit is weird and fucked up and stupid. And honestly, I have a love-hate relationship with Nina Unrated. Nina Unrated is not a good quality person. Trust me, she's not. Trust me on that. When somebody just lying and somebody got a dead baby and a baby missing in another state, all the way across the world of the United States, all the way from Florida to Nevada, you can't get no further than that. The only way you could get further than that, next stop, Hawaii. I mean, if your baby, you in Florida, your baby all the way on the West Coast, 3 time zones away from you, that means that your baby is a long fucking distance. And that means that your baby is gone for some strange reason, but you ain't trying to tell the truth on that bullshit. Okay. That shit is strange than a motherfucker. And look, why even tell strangers all this weird shit about your babies? Why don't you just stick to stripping and selling pussy and eating crabs? What the fuck are you getting strangers involved in a highly emotional story of your child? This is when somebody got children taken from them. That is emotional. That is hard on somebody. But you got strangers involved in your emotional struggle. And I'm a wonderful woman. I have love and positivity in my heart. And somebody telling me a devastating story of a child being dead in a graveyard, and then a motherfucking child being taken from the state of Florida all the way across 3 time zones to Nevada. God damn. And then they talking about they ain't got money, but I knew straight away, immediately, the motherfucker lying, because the motherfucker got nails and hair. When you got nails done, look at my nails. I ain't got time for all that glamour shit right now. I'm sleeping on the floor in an empty house. How the fuck I'm gonna afford some nails and shit? Honestly, if you got nails on, that means you got extra income to the magnitude of massiveness. Because you got some really glamorous nails on, that means you got a lot of extra income. Seriously, when you see women with hair and nails on, and it's expensive hair and nails, and they got their toes done, they got extra money coming in big time. When you see all that extra on them, because when you struggling and you got to move things a lot and you got to work with your hands a lot, I got to look like this. I actually buy this is the okay. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, this is my manicure set. Little fingernail clippers. I just got this from Amazon yesterday. This is what I use. This is my manicure set for $3.99 from Amazon. And a little nail file them down, keep them short, keep them clean, and that's it. Okay. Okay. Oh, and somebody in here talking about the OnlyFans, and she claims that she makes over $16,000. Okay, let me say something about her finances. Do y'all remember when she was talking about Trisha Paytas? Do y'all remember when, I can't remember the numbers, but it was some strangely high numbers. She said that Trisha Paytas had taken $50,000 from her account by doing something, some weird shit with some strange memberships. I don't remember the way she described it. She claimed that Trisha Paytas had some referrals or something, and that Trisha Paytas had denied the referrals. Yes, Anya. So she said that Anya, do you remember when when she was mad at Trisha Paytas about taking $50,000 in referrals or some shit? And then she was claiming that she had made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah, Anya, do you remember when she had claimed that she was making thousands and thousands and thousands, several thousands of dollars on a motherfucker OnlyFans? Now, if the motherfucker made thousands and thousands and thousands on top of thousands, the motherfucker then you turn around the next day and complain that you can't get your son back because you can't even afford a lawyer. But bitch, you just said, and you sitting there with glamour nails on, long hair, and a stripper suit, and you talking about, and you living in a glamorous motherfucking apartment high-rise building. Okay. Yeah, Anya. The motherfucker sitting up in a high-rise building on some strange shit talking about, didn't you just say that you just made several $1,000s on your OnlyFans doing porno, and then you turn around crying talking about you can't get your son back because you don't have money. But you just said yesterday that you had $16,000 or $20,000 in OnlyFans pornographic material commodity money. Didn't you just say that you did porno and you made $16,000, $17,000, $20,000, and that Trisha Paytas had taken $50,000 from your account? Didn't you just say that yesterday? So how is it that now today you okay, yeah. Then she was saying that Trisha Paytas had, how the fuck Trisha Paytas broke ass working at Domino's Pizza? Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember when her and Trisha used to do swaps. But how the fuck Trisha Paytas lying ass about her revenue? She on the $5. I don't want to make this a Trisha Paytas video. I'm starting to like Trisha Paytas more and more, but she's a lying motherfucker too. She's sitting up working at Domino's Pizza, claiming to live in a multi-million-dollar house. When people lie, let me always remember this. When people lie, their stories don't add up. Because when you look at them and they be making up stuff, and then you look at something else, and then that story don't match up with that story, then okay, yeah, I don't know. I think that Nina Unrated, when she was off into the Trisha Paytas, she was using Trisha Paytas to get views and subscribes. It's obvious that she was chasing Trisha Paytas to get money and views. Then she turns around and says that Trisha Paytas took the money from the account, and Trisha Paytas broke than a motherfucker, probably live in a fantasy world with some fake cars and houses, because you ain't gonna work at Domino's Pizza and live and drive a Rolls Royce. How is it that you gonna make these people with these strange stories? But let's not make it about a Trisha Paytas video. But Trisha Paytas cannot afford a Rolls Royce working at Domino's Pizza. She be wearing a Domino's Pizza uniform, driving a Rolls Royce, and in a multi-million-dollar house, and charging $5 on a porno site. Girl, those stories don't add up. You a $5 porn star and a Domino's Pizza worker. You don't even live as good as I do. Shut the fuck up, Trisha Paytas. So anyway, what I'm saying about the Nina Unrated stories do not make sense about the son that she dramatizing and crying about. Okay, I just explained to Nina Unrated the process that only takes about an hour to speak after she speaks to her court-appointed lawyer. The court-appointed lawyer will make a child dependency case offer. Yeah, I miss when Nina was homeless. I've been homeless too. If you ain't been homeless, usually if you're an adult, at some point, some people will become homeless. Nina was homeless. I've been homeless. I know the struggle. Nina knows she's been homeless before. I've been homeless before. And honestly, people know when you go through homelessness, that's just life. I'll make a homeless video because one day somebody watching your ass might be homeless tomorrow. You never know what could jump off at your house. You could be hit by a tornado and your house be blown apart. Next thing you know, you sitting on the dirt. Okay, so anything can happen to you. Anything can happen to you at any time in life. So when I make the homeless survival video, you better sit up and listen, because you never know when your motherfucking ass will be homeless. Because usually when your ass become homeless, it's because something strange, unexpected happened. Okay, it's not because you want to be homeless. It's because something weird or fucked up happened and it made you be homeless. Okay, she could have sold a Mercedes-Benz. See, her stories don't be adding up. Her stories don't be adding up. But back to the son. Okay, so let's get it straight. The child dependency case worker takes an hour to make a case plan for you. Once the CPS gets the case plan offer, then you go to the hearing. The judge will tell you whether your case plan offer was approved or not. And once it gets signed off by the judge, then you go through the investigation process. The whole process takes 6 months to a year to complete. Once you go through that process, then you get your child back. Yeah, anybody can become homeless. When you see homeless people on the street, don't be looking mad at them. Don't get mad at a homeless person. Trust me on that. Never look down at a homeless motherfucker. Never do that. I see too many people, when I've been homeless, they always look mad at you. They always just hate on you. But never look down on a homeless motherfucker, because the next homeless motherfucker could be you. I promise you that. I promise you that. How do I know? Because it can happen to any motherfucking body. And when you homeless, the world hates you. But what happens is when I'm rich and feeling fabulous, I always have my homeless money together, because I always would keep some money on me. Whenever I see a person, I would buy them something to eat daily. Buy them something to eat. I haven't done that in a few years. When I lived in Mexico City, it was a homeless Mexican woman that had a baby and a child, and it was some little kids with the little peanut rounds. Okay, so what I would do, I would have my money for them daily. I gave them $2 US worth of pesos. $2 US worth of pesos will feed your whole family for the whole day. Okay, yeah, I know you're not looking down on anybody, Anya, but let me tell you how much would $2 US do for a homeless woman? $2 US to me wasn't shit. But to a homeless woman with kids, that would feed her whole family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner the whole goddamn day. Okay, that for those homeless kids, I would give them $1 a piece. It was three little they weren't homeless kids, but they had the little Mexican chocolate rosas. Okay, they weren't homeless kids, but they would sell the little peanut rosas. I said chocolate, but they were the peanut rosas. Peanut rosas are the little Mexican candies with little flowers. I don't eat peanut rosas, but they would try to offer it to me, but I would give them $1 in pesos each. That would give them a whole meal. So when I was in Mexico, I was living big because I had a lot of money. US dollars are big money. That's why I love Mexico so much, because my money was tripled, quadrupled in some areas of Mexico. I was living on $5 a day. And where was I at? The all you can eat seafood buffet all every day. I was getting cigarettes, cigars. I was getting my hair done. When you didn't see me for a while, I actually, my iPod had broke, but I was getting my hair done all the time. I had long hair at the time underneath that wig. I was getting my nails done from time to time. I was just living big. And it was a life that I hadn't lived in a while. Actually, I had never lived that. Actually, yes, in Australia I lived that big, but it was a luxury. I was always grabbing stuff. I was getting pina coladas. I was going to this food stand. I was going to that food stand. Just eating. I was eating chicken tacos all day. I was go to that stand. I was eating stuff. Your trap, yeah, my trap. You remember when I lived in Mexico and people would see me smiling and walking through the streets, just smiling and laughing, because I was living a life that I wasn't accustomed to. I was living a life that I wasn't, it was just a luxury life to live for a little while. So I lived in Mexico City, and then I lived in Guadalajara, and I was just running around having fun with my money, and it was just a joy to be able to do that when I wasn't able to do that in Florida. I had never lived that type of life in Florida. Florida was too expensive. So I was in Mexico just spending money all day. Going here, spend money. Go there, spend money. Go there, spend money. Go to eat crabs. I love crabs. It was a luxury. I could eat crabs all day, all you could eat. Go eat some crabs. Oh, eat chicken. Oh, it's chicken taco. Oh, it's a pina colada. Oh, you didn't see what I would be doing all day. Oh, it's an orange juice stand. Oh, they doing this. They got watermelon over here. Oh shit, they got that over there. Oh, it's a fresh donut place. Oh, they got chocolate. Oh, I love Mexico because I was a vegan for like 3 years, and I was just a juice vegan. And then when I got to Mexico and I'm running around eating, and I was on a chicken fiesta, like, oh, chicken. I was on the chicken thing. I was binging out on that chicken diet. I was eating meat heavy duty because it was just something that my body didn't have for a while. And it was just a luxury to be able to do that. And the food, as it was smelling, when it would cook, it would smell good and it would hit my nose. And I would want to try it. Oh, let me try it. Oh, they got shrimp tacos over here. And that would hit my nose and I would want to try that. And then I would go down. Over in Mexico is food on top of food. People want you to think Mexico is broke and poor. That is not the truth. Mexico City, woo, shit is beautiful. Mexico City, baby. Mexico City. Mexico City. I'll never forget Mexico City because Mexico City that's my town. Always remember, I'm a fake ass Mexican. I got my Mexican registry card. When I got to Mexico, I had to register as a Mexican resident. I am a Mexican, baby. I got a Mexican residency card. I got the Mexican residency card, and they got it on file with the government of Mexico. I am a Mexican resident. So am I by blood Mexican? No. But did I live in Mexico as a Mexican resident? I am a Mexican. I'm not by blood, but I have a Mexican residency card, which means I am a Mexican resident for the rest of my goddamn life, registered with the Mexican government. So am I Mexican? Yes, I'm Mexican pie. Hell yeah, I'm the volcano princess of Mexico City. Yes, baby. Yes, Mexico City life. Viva la Mexico. Viva el Mexico, baby. I had so much fun in Mexico City. I'll never forget my time in Mexico City or Guadalajara. Mexico City, baby. Viva la Mexico. Okay. So, yeah. So, hola, ¿cómo está? Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just reliving Mexico City for a minute. Y'all remember how I used to just be running around in Mexico. If you remember my Mexican videos, and you might wonder where they're at. Somebody had fucked my videos up, and they were just nothing but blurry ass videos. And they were just not even of use to no one. So I had to delete my whole channel because somebody or some computer glitch or something from YouTube had blurred my videos out where it was just nothing but blur. and the videos just was not worth it, and I was mad, and I just went and deleted all of them. I said I'll make the new videos in high quality because they were just trash at that point. So anyway, what I want to say about Nina Unrated. Nina Unrated, please stop telling those stupid ass lies. When it comes to your son, the story is fake and it's disturbing. It's a disturbing fake story for views and stupidity. Those stories of the son that supposedly was taken from you are very strange and very outrageous. You are telling lies for no reason. That's not how the process works. Yeah, thank you, Rainbow. That's not how the process works. Nobody can take your child from you like that. That is not possible. And you probably scaring people thinking that, and making people think that somebody can just come in and just take your child and take your child to another state. Trust me, don't ever, if you have a child, don't ever think that somebody can do that to your child. No one on this planet can ever take a child. Oh yeah, Rainbow, I know what happened. I know what she did. I don't need to get into what she did to she's proud of that. She's proud of her mug shot, so whatever. But let me tell you something. Nobody can take nobody's child across state lines. Nobody can do that. If you don't have money for a lawyer, the state of Florida will provide a court-appointed attorney for you. You will get an attorney based on tax dollars. Taxpayers will pay for your lawyer, Nina. So nobody can say they can't afford a lawyer, because you will get a lawyer paid for by taxpayers. Somebody pays for the lawyer for you. Then if you say you can't get your case back open, that's a lie, because it's real easy. Your case can be open in 1 hour by the right lawyer. So none of those stories make sense. None of those stories add up. The stories are lies. They're fabrications. They're stupid ass stories. Crocodile tears, crying. I think she uses that to practice her acting skills. I honestly think she's just crying to see if she could cry on cue or cry on camera to see about if she could be a good actress. So maybe she's just practicing and making up a story to practice on her acting skills. But maybe, but when I think about the dead baby and then this missing baby, it actually seems like really she failed at trying to hit the jackpot on a fucking Rainbow. We already been through that. She probably just got pregnant so she could try to take some man's money by child support payments. Thought she could live off a man, then she found out she can't. And then she realized that it wasn't gonna work, and she didn't want the motherfucking man's baby, no way. So she ain't got no love for the baby, and she ain't got no love for the man. And if she always running around talking about she want to be an actress in a Tyler Perry movie, and then she's making up a fake drama, and then she's sitting there crying, and maybe she practicing her acting skills. I mean, trust me. There's always a reason for something. Don't ever think that there's no logical reason for something. If something is strange, there's always a logical explanation for somebody's strange ass behavior and lies. If she's doing it for views, and if she's doing stuff for views, that means that she's doing it for money. So she's trying to make an interesting topic. That means she's also doing stuff for more money. So that means she got money, she's trying to make money off of views, off of a tragic story. Instead of, maybe she just don't have no content. So she just decides to make some content up, tell lies and tell a strange story just so she can have a content. So she could be interesting and everybody got a rhyme or a reason. And usually it's financial gain when people do unethical things. And if they're doing it for financial gain, they're just doing it to make money off of views and people's feelings and emotions and comments. So she just lying for views or money or both or whatever, or exposure for seeing how she can act a fucking fool for a fake ass story over a baby that she really don't give a fuck about. And honestly, it rubs me the wrong way. If you don't give a fuck about that child, just leave him out of it. Because honestly, he's at the age where he can Google those videos And if he knows that you don't give a fuck about him, he really is a real person. And if you did genuinely care about him, you wouldn't put his life on spotlight and on blast for a fake ass story. And he probably don't even know why the fuck you doing it. And if he don't want to talk to you, it's probably because he knows that you put dragging his ass through the mud for no fucking reason other than some views. And maybe that's why he don't want to talk to you. So if somebody avoiding the motherfucker, just like I'm trying to stop being around the motherfucker that was over there on wherever the fuck I was living, you know. So, and when I was going like this, how the bitch would call on a 9/11, her face all crooked and shit because she ain't got no teeth. Her glasses would be all crooked. Her wig would be looking like a bird's nest. The bitch, this ain't no relation to Nina. I just realized what I was doing on part of the video. The bitch that would be the 9/11 hitter, she would just be the ugliest bitch you could ever imagine. And she would just be the bitch that would just be doing that motherfucking phone call. Every time I think about that shit, I cringe. It was just so awful. But anyway, you know, let me tell you something real quick also. Okay, as a woman that had her child taken from her from the CPS, if it ever happens to you, one of the requirements is that you have to have a stable household, and you have to have a bedroom for a child of, you know, once the child turns no longer a toddler, they do have to have their own room, and they do have to have their own bed, and they do have to have a place where they can learn, and it has to be a comfortable household with food, working refrigerator, and different, you know, and utilities. So what they do in the course of the investigation is that they make sure that the child is able to. So my house is not stable, so I don't qualify. And if I would have tried to go through, you know, I don't have a stable household. When stable household is that you done lived at your house for at least a year. I just moved in here a couple of weeks ago. I don't have a bed. That means that I don't qualify to get my child back. The person that has the child does have a bed and does have a stable household. That means she owns her own property. That means that she is the one that has the stable household, not me. So what you need to do in order to qualify to get your child back, you have to meet those requirements. Once you meet those requirements, make sure that you say, I've been living here at a stable household for a year. I haven't been locked up for over a year. And that means that you are stable and that you meet the requirements to get your child back. Nina Unrated has a house, and Nina Unrated is not doing anything to meet the requirements, apparently, because it doesn't look like she's making any attempts to do anything to meet those requirements, to even do anything about anything. You never hear her talking about it. You never hear her talking about what it takes to, I wasn't locked up in jail. I was locked up in a facility. I'm not going to tell you how it works in Florida. I'll explain it at a later time. It's a facility where it's some stupid term that they use. It's a lockup. You be locked up, but you don't be in a cell. You be in a room. Okay. So anyway, I'll explain it. It's we have the only state in Florida that have a certain type of lockup facility. Okay. It's not a jail cell. It's a lockup. Okay. But you are locked up. Trust me on that. I'll just tell you real quick. It's called a Baker Act facility. Okay. It was created by somebody named Maxine Baker in Miami, Florida. We're the only state that has this law. It's actually just it's called a Baker Act facility. I'll explain what it is. I'll explain it. Just give me a I'll make a video. Well, if you're not in Florida, you don't have this facility. It don't exist. It only exists in the state of Florida. It's a special type of lockup that only exists in the state of Florida. Okay, so I'll explain the lockup. Okay, just know it's a lockup facility. If you're from Hawaii, or if you're from California, and you're from Nevada, or you're from wherever, you don't have this law. It's a law called the Baker Act. We're the only. It was made up in Miami, Florida. We're the only state in the United States that has this particular lockup, policy. It ain't in New York. It ain't in Michigan. It ain't nowhere. It's just something that happens in Florida. Okay, so you don't have it where you are. You don't have it. It was named after the person that created it. It's called the Baker Act. It's a Baker Act facility. It's a lockup facility. It's called a 72-hour Baker Act. Okay, and then you go to the designated Baker Act lockup facility. I'll explain it at a later time. Okay. It's not considered jail, but it is a lock-up facility. Okay. It's just a different thing. Just know it's a different thing. Okay. It's something that you don't have where you live. So I have to explain what it is. Because you don't have it. It don't exist nowhere but in our state. That's all. Okay. It was created for our state only. Okay, and New York is called the Kendra's Law. I don't know nothing about New York's laws. I know nothing. Okay, I don't know nothing about New York's laws, period. Okay, I love New York. I love visiting New York, but as far as the laws, I know nothing about it. I only know the laws for the state of Florida. I've been living here almost all my life. I know these laws, but I don't know nothing about no New York. I want to move there briefly for one, maybe 1 or 2 years. I want to move to New York, and then I'll get to know your guys' laws, but I don't know nothing about the laws currently. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you something about when I was imitating the bitch that was doing this shit, the 911 caller. Just know that I was trying to imitate how she looks when she makes those crazy ass phone calls. So anyway, guys, yeah, Nina. Oh, I wanted to tell you. Okay, so let me tell you something. If you ever trying to get your child back, don't ever go into the don't ever take a case agreement to get your child back until you're fully ready. Okay. Ain't no such thing as schizophrenia. Nobody has that. It's a lie. Nobody has that. I don't have it. Nobody has it. So anyway, when you say that, you sound stupid and retarded because don't nobody have that. It don't exist. Okay. So whatever. So anyway, I don't have no schizophrenia. It don't exist. I ain't never had no shit like that. Okay. So let me tell you some real talk real quick. Okay. If you are in the process of trying to get your child back, don't never go into no agreement unless you're 100% prepared. Because when you go into the agreement, trust me, they're going to be on it. They're going to be on it, and they're going to be at your house knocking on the door to check to see what the bedroom look like. First thing they're going to ask when they walk in is, let me see the child's bedroom. If you ain't even got a bed in the bedroom, when they show up, you automatically disqualified. So I'm not going to go into nothing where I'm going to automatically lose because I don't have a bed. And it's going to take me a year to furnish my home because I'm on limited funds. So by me being on limited funds, then I right now cannot take on the process because I'm not physically and emotionally, I'm not physically able to pass. Excuse me, I'm not physically able to pass the scrutiny and the fucking what do you call it, home exams. Okay, so if I'm not able to pass those exams, then what the fuck I'm a go to court for and ask for custody back. I'm not prepared. Where's the bed? Where's the bedroom? I don't have it. Where's your bed? I don't have it. Let me show you. If you're new to this channel, I have to show you. I sleep on the floor. That's my bed right there. I sleep on the floor. I made a bed out of some pillows. I just don't have the money right now to just furnish things. I just don't have it. Unfortunately, by me being on limited income, that's my bed right there. Okay. I don't have no motherfucking furniture. I got a little desk right here. I got my little desk. I got a cheap ass $9 chair. This is my workstation in my bedroom. I got my old fan right here, and I have it pointed towards this bed because it be hot. This is how I'm rocking. This is how I'm living. Got my little fan right there, pointed towards my little makeshift bed. I got my little computer right there. I got my little $9 chair. I got these little end tables that cost $5. I actually had these from my old house. Got a $12 clock. I'm not prepared. I got a sheet on the fucking window. The sheet from my old house from the window. Got a fucking towel on the bathroom window. When you struggling to survive, bitch, you do what you gotta do. Put a motherfucking bath towel. You don't have a fucking curtain? Find a bath towel. Throw that motherfucker up. Okay, I don't have a motherfucking curtain on the. Goddamn. Well, I'll use a sheet. I'll throw that motherfucker up. How I'm gonna get the motherfucker up? I'm a safety pin that motherfucker up. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to do something. I got a brain. I think. Well, what the fuck? You don't have it. Make do with what the fuck you got. Shit. But is that gonna pass inspection by the CPS? Hell, fuck no. This ain't gonna pass inspection, bitch. Ain't this? None of this is passing inspection already. We know that. So why in the fuck would I tell them that I'm prepared at the courts when I'm not? Who in the fuck is passing inspection? The dumbass grandma caller is passing the inspections. Who in the fuck is getting inspected every week? It's the dumbass grandma caller that's getting the inspector to approve the shit every week. Who got the bed at the house? It's the grandma. Who in the fuck got the legal address of the ownership of the property that the motherfucker is living at? The motherfucker owns the property. Oh, she is the owner of some property? Oh, yes. Then she has passed the inspection, not you. So I ain't passing inspection, but she is legally? Okay, now, you understand? The motherfucking grandma is passing the inspection. But why would I allow them to come into my home just to tell me that I failed the inspection? I know I'm not passing the inspection, so I ain't going to the courts and asking them for the child back. Because I ain't failed no inspection yet. But if my dumb ass went to the courts with what I'm working with, this is an instant failure. And we know that. Okay. You got to keep it real with yourself. Because if I had the motherfucker walk up in here, this is failing inspection terribly. Okay. This is failing inspection terribly. And you know that. And I know that. Okay. So don't never put yourself in a situation that you're going to fail. Put yourself in a situation. When I'm ready to win, that's when we going to begin. Right now, this is failing inspection. Now, let's look at Nina. Nina got a nice house that's furnished. She would pass inspection immediately based off of her income and where she lives. The house that she be doing those mukbangs at. Isn't that a furnished, very nice, beautiful home? She is really qualified to get her child back by looking at her home. Just looking at her home with all the furniture and food in her refrigerator, she would definitely pass inspection. So why hasn't she opened her case for her house to be inspected? Now, one day this home will pass inspection, but it's going to take a year to pass inspection to get up to code. What is required? A bedroom that has a bed. Even my bedroom doesn't pass inspection. Why? Because I'm sleeping on the floor, bitch. It ain't passing inspection. I'm not going to put myself in a failure mode at the courts. Why? Because I'm not qualified to have my child at this house. This is not a stable resident. When they ask me, how long have you been at your residency? Not even 1 month. Fail. You failed inspection. Where is the child's bedroom? Let's go look. This is how you fail to get your child back. Okay, now this is my, let's just say, for all intents and purposes, I told you that the cats were going to move into this room, but let's say, for example, Ash was going to move into this room. Okay, where's her computer? Right there. Okay, but it's on the floor. No desk. Failed inspection. Okay, where's the bed? Where her strolley is supposed to be? Oh, that's her strolley. Where's the bed? We asked you. It's an empty bedroom, which we asked you, where's the bed, miss? I don't have it. Failed inspection. Okay, you can't have your child back in an empty house. Okay, where's her kitchen table at? I'm sorry, sir or ma'am. The kitchen table is at Walmart. I have to purchase it next month on my fixed income. Okay, but you asked us to give your child back, but right now let's go around the house. This is an empty house. Where is the child going to sleep? I guess on the floor. No, you can't have a child on the floor, miss. Well, can you come back in a year? But you said that you were ready for the investigation. No, I didn't say I was ready for the investigation. And then I start crying. No, that's not going to be my ass. That is not going to be my ass with that dumbass walkthrough. When the motherfucker get here, when the motherfuckers get here, guess what? Florida Pie 08 gonna be prepared. This motherfucker gonna have a bed. This motherfucker gonna have a table. The motherfucker gonna be beautiful and is going to have all the necessary. Before I go to the case, I'm gonna ask my lawyer, Miss G, tell me what my house must have. When she tells me exactly what it has, I will make sure that every fucking thing is here that is required. And that's what you do when you need to get your child back. Okay? I'm not going to have no motherfucker come up here when I'm not prepared. So the case has to rest until the house is prepared. And that's how you win. I haven't lost the case yet. The case has not been lost yet. Because I'm not stupid enough to put myself in a predicament that I can't win. I know how to win, and when I'm prepared to win, I will win. When I'm prepared to fight back. Right now, once the bed is here, that means I'm halfway there. And that means that I will win. But I'm not going to rush myself. I'm going to prepare myself. Here's how I'm going to work this shit out. On a limited income, on a limited guaranteed income, here's what I do. Who's most important right now? Me. Okay. Ash is safe where she's at. My most important feature is to get my own self together. This situation in this room where I'm at, where I got to work and I have to have my workstation, I have to keep my work. Okay. I have to be able to make phone calls. I have to have a workstation. I have to have a bed eventually. So the most important motherfucker up right now is myself, because I got to be able to work myself out in order to get the house right. So I got to start with this room. Then the next room is going to be this area. I'm going to get the kitchen together. I'm going to get a table. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get I'm going to have two big recliners right there by the door. Then I don't know, I might have changed my mind about making this the cat's room. I might make this Ash's room. I'm not sure. I do have an extra space where I was going to make it for Ash, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might change my mind. I haven't decided. But anyway, if not, the big bedroom will be Ash's. Okay. What else? Okay. Ash got her own bathroom. Okay. This is Ash's bathroom. Okay. This is Ash's bathroom connected inside her own bedroom. Or it could be the cat's room. I haven't decided who's going to get that room. I think I might give it to Ash and give the cats a smaller space. I think I'm going to give the cats the smaller space and give Ash the bigger space. The reason why I wanted to give the bigger space, I wanted to give Ash all of this connected with some other area. I wanted Ash to have all of this to herself. And I wanted the cats to have this to themselves. But I'm thinking that I might give Ash this is actually the smaller one. You might think this is the bigger one. This is actually the smaller one. This one right here for Ash is the bigger one. This one is the bigger one where I could give that to Ash. So I haven't figured it out. But anyway, that's what you got to do. So if Nina Unrated is not taking the necessary steps to actually do something about her situation, then that means that she don't really want the boy. And she needs to stop talking about him for those stupid ass reasons. If she don't really want him, then what the fuck is she talking about? She really don't want him, then, stop talking about him. You're just making up stuff for no reason. And honestly, it's disturbing and stupid and vile. It's actually very vile and very stupid and very dumb. That stuff is crazy, it's stupid, and it's dumb. If you don't want him, just stop talking about him. He don't deserve to be dragged through the mud on some dumb shit like that. Leave him out of it. Your dumb shit is your dumb shit. Leave that innocent child out of that dumbass, fucking stupid ass made up drama story. You don't want the boy back. You're not even making the proper moves to get the boy back. I know that you're lying. I'm dealing with the same agency that you were dealing with in Florida. I'm dealing with the exact same agency and just in a different county. And honestly, if you really and truly wanted that boy back, I know exactly what you need to do to get him back. And honestly, the stuff that you're saying is nothing but lies. And it's just lies that don't add up, and it's just stupid ass lies for views and money. And I'm tired of people just trying to do everything corrupt for money. It just really has to stop. So anyway, Nina Unrated, you just know that Nina Unrated is nothing but a liar. Okay, I'm actually so fucking hungry now, guys. I'm actually so fucking hungry. So here's what I'm gonna eat. This is what I mean about sometimes I'm a vegan, sometimes I'm not. Okay, I'm not a vegan at the moment. Okay, so I'm about to make this ground beef. I'm about to make some ground beef. Okay. Okay, I am going to make some spaghetti. Okay, here's some meat. I know I was vegan earlier, but now I'm actually hungry, like really super hungry. And I don't eat meat unless I'm super hungry. That's why I always have some meat somewhere, because when I'm hungry, I gotta have some meat, because when you just eating nothing but fruit, it's gonna come right through you, and it's just gonna be nothing but you pissing. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna have some spaghetti, and let's see what I'm going to make. This is all the stuff that I put in my spaghetti. Ooh, I love to make it with bell peppers, and I like to make it with let's see, oh goodness, where's my where, oh gosh, come on now, come on, don't tell me my mushroom's missing. Oh shit, where's the mushrooms? I don't find them. Okay, I got some fire roasted tomatoes. Let's see. Okay, I got some more fire roasted tomatoes. I love fire roasted tomatoes. And then I got there's my mushrooms. I like a lot of veggies in my spaghetti. I got some mushrooms. And yes, I'm terribly hungry from out of nowhere. Suddenly I just got terribly hungry. Okay. And then I got some fire roasted diced garlic tomatoes. And what else am I gonna put in that? Okay, so let's see, I got this tomatoes, more tomato sauce, bell peppers here, mushrooms here, more tomatoes here. Okay, so I'm about to put it in my brand new pot. About to put it in my brand new pot here. Put the spaghetti in the pot, and then I'm going to make the ground beef in my brand new cookware. Got brand new everything. And let me tell you something. When you setting your house up, don't panic. If you this is for the children. I'm gonna preach to the children. This is people 20 in their 20s and teens. I moved out of my house when I was 19 years old. So let me tell you something. Always remember this. If you starting from scratch and you're starting from nothing, and you only got limited income, when I say limited income, that means that you don't have enough money just to buy a whole house full of furniture. That means that your income is limited to a few items per month on your limited income. Okay, so my income is what they call limited income, which means that I am limited to a certain amount of purchases per month. Okay, so what you have to do is always work out a plan, a financial plan with yourself. What I mean by a financial plan is that you always tally in what you need to do for that month into your finances. So just know it, and then you'll have a projected idea of when your house will be furnished. So, always try to figure out from where to where you're going to work with all the space that you got. So, just know, always remember, the only thing that you need is a cot. I ordered a cot from Walmart, and then they canceled the order, and then they took my money and didn't return it. So I actually ordered, when I move into a place, I always order an army cot. An army cot should only cost you $35 to $70. And if you don't know what an army cot is, it's just a little cot that folds out, but it's nice and comfortable, and you can sleep on that cot for a year comfortably if it takes you a year to get a bed. Okay, but the cot that I ordered, it was, so I was supposed to come in here with an army cart, and I didn't even get that from Walmart. And I left the cot over at my old house, and then when I realized I should have taken my cot, because that would have been my first bed. And I was mad at myself that I didn't, and I love myself, but I was mad at my decision because I looked at it, but I should have taken it. It would have fit right up under my bed at the hotel. And then when I would have got here, I would have had my first cot. And it was just like, damn, wow, what a terrible loss. What a terrible loss. I lost 2 cots so far. So it's just been more difficult, but whatever. Let me tell you something. Life is not always easy. So just know it's gonna take time. Don't ever like right now. You might think, "Wow, she living in an empty house," but let me tell you something. As far as my bed is, the bed that I put together with the pillows is actually soft and comfortable, and I sleep comfortably every night. Let me show you how soft and comfy the bed looks. I'm actually really comfortable. I'm actually, even though the house is empty, I know how this works, and I'm actually in a comfortable mind space. I actually like the fact that it's so big and roomy everywhere. You see how big and fluffy the bed looks? It looks big and fluffy, right? I made that out of pillows. Gotta do with what the fuck you gotta do, right? Do what you gotta do. You know that saying, do what you gotta do. And that I do. Okay, so anyway, the point is that, right now, how do I feel? How does it feel to be in a big empty house? It feels great. I honestly like the spacious feeling. And honestly, I'm used to the whole procedure, not the policy. I'm used to the strategy. I'm used to being able to survive. And I'm used to this. This ain't new to me. This is old to me. I know what I want to do. I know what I have to do. And I'm in a comfortable zone of thought. And I'm in a comfortable zone of what I need to do with what I got to work with. I'm in comfort zone. I ain't in unexpected. I know how this shit works. I done this 3 times already. Go from homeless to a house when you ain't got shit else. You ain't got nothing but the clothes and the little shit that you could struggle around with. This is actually doing good. I'm actually in a good situation right now. Being in an empty house, this is still comfort zone, comfort world for me. I already know what to do. I already got a plan. I'm safe and comfortable. I'm happy as fuck. I'm relieved. I feel excited about life. I feel rejuvenated. I feel happy. I feel great. I feel absolutely great. Life is great. To go from homeless to a house, when you finally do get your house, even though it's empty, you feel so fantastic that you are no longer homeless. And when that happens, you feel so fucking grateful. And that's what I mean by always be grateful. Be grateful, and be happy and positive and love life. Because honestly, when you're going through a rough time, it ain't going to last forever. It's always going to improve, and life is going to get better. So live fiercely, love viciously, and remember, atheism is unstoppable. Bye, guys.